For the fifth physical geography assignment, we are going to be exploring weather maps, and we're also going to be looking a little bit at the symbols that are used on weather maps, reinforcing some of the course information. So the first thing that you should take a look at, if you haven't already done so, is this National Weather Service Guide to Surface Weather Maps. This will reinforce the materials that come from the text as well. In addition, the second page, or the page following this one, called Cyclone Model, will give you some idea of what those symbols are showing. Again, this will reinforce material that comes from the text and help you to understand a little bit about how these weather maps show the sorts of things that have been discussed in the meteorological portion of the course. The next thing that you need to do is you need to go to an actual map. And you can go follow the link in the assignment to this weather map of South Central Alaska and actually the entire North Pacific. We'll look at a South Central Alaska map in a little bit. If you take a look at the map, you can see the outline of Alaska right here, and the Russian Far East is over here. And the Yukon and Northwest Territories and portions of British Columbia are here as well. Now, consider all that you know about symbols on a weather map, and you'll start to understand what you see here. You'll see warm, cold, and stationary fronts. You'll also see areas of high pressure and low pressure mapped on this map. And in addition to that, you'll see lines that show atmospheric pressure and numbers that tell you what the atmospheric pressure of each of these lows and highs are. What I want you to do with this information, as well as maps that show what the weather was like previous to this current analysis and forecasted to be in 24 hours or 48 or 96 hours, is come up with a basic analysis of what you think is happening in Alaska's weather, keeping in mind not only what you know about things like warm and cold fronts, but also what you know about cyclogenesis, which you'll have to review both on these pages and in the text as well. I want you then to produce an analysis and come up with a basic forecast for what you think is going to be happening in the near future. And you can look at weather forecast information quite easily by going to the National Weather Service Anchorage office forecast page, and you'll see that here's the map of South Central Alaska, and you can click on any place here and get a spot forecast for that area. If you want to see a broader area, you can zoom out to the Alaska statewide map and click on an area as well. And let me just click by McGrath right here, and you can see a forecast shows here for the coming days. And there's a map that shows where that forecast is located, and we can zoom out of this and choose another area if we want to as well. Send the map that you have looked at, the current analysis one, and any others that you think might be useful as well, by first downloading this, and you right-click on it, and then you can save the image as a GIF and easily upload that to Blackboard, along with a short essay in which you talk about the weather forecast and the weather conditions generally across Alaska right now, as well as a little bit of discussion about what the weather map, the power of the weather map is, and how the symbols helped you to figure out what's happening. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to follow up with me.